Did you have actual sticks?
I had an arrow cut in half, and
Oh, because he had an empty cigar box. He'd hold it between his knees like bongo drums, and then he just
it was made of old wooden one, and the bottom was loose enough so it rattled a little bit when I hit it.
Yeah.
Then we cut. Their mom had an old lard barrel, and it had a metal bottom.
Yep.
And we cut that out for a cymbal, and I'd hit that. Randy was kind of the instigator. He always was playing guitar, and you know.
Where did he get his guitar?
I don't know where he got his first one. He had a flat
It
top.
was that silver tone.
Well, the electric, but he had an old flat top before that.
I don't know where he got that.
That was around for a long time.
Did he order that silver tone from a catalog?
Probably Sears. I think they handled Silvertone.
Or yeah, one of them. It was just a
So he
catalog
was-
thing.
What? How
Well,
old
then
was he?
him and Tommy Tompkins played, together, and that's when I wound up playing with him for that New Year's Eve thing in Brackett. You know.
Yeah,
What, 12 years old? He
Something
must
like
have been
that.
64.
yeah.
Just the three of you.
That's the three of us. I think we knew about 6 songs, and we just played them over.
Well, when was it that Randy and them guys, was it that Knuckleby that played that sock hop?
Yeah, we were still.
After a football game.
Yeah,
it was
we were
in
still.
the
Yeah,
gym.
we were still in school. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
we were kids,
Yeah.
and I remember I wasn't in high school yet, and Randy was playing, and we got to the door,
The
and
teachers didn't let us in.
yeah,
And Mom said, "Well, that's that's Randy."
their brothers in the band. They said, "Oh, go in." I said, "Hey, this is kind of cool." Then Randy went off into the service and left his guitar at home, and then I just picked it up. And did he buy you a set of
Yeah,
drums?
he
then?
bought my first set of drums for $10 from a guy that he was rooming with in Eau Claire
Oh,
when he was
yeah.
going to vocational school.
Yeah.
A bass drum, a snare, a cymbal,
Oh, yeah.
and that's what I started out on. And I thought, wow, real drums, and they were real skin heads on them. It wasn't,
Yeah, It wasn't. Yeah.
I think Jim Pesnick wound up with them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then I wound up buying a used set from Larry. No, one of the. Who was it? Larry Foss?
Yep.
Yeah.
We had gotten this little tape recorder, and we would record and send the tapes back and forth, and he'd record and send us so you could hear the voice and everything instead of sending letters all the time.
Yeah.
And I told him I wanted to learn to play the guitar, and I said, but I don't know any chords or anything like that. So he took, and I wish I still had it, he took a sheet of paper and he would draw the neck, and he put dots where your fingers go to learn
wow.
to play, for all the major chords.
Wow.
And but he never said which finger went where, so I just made sure the dots were covered and I could play the chords. But some of them are not typical, but
Yeah.
That's how I learned.
Wow, that's crazy.
Randy came home from the service. Mark got a bass guitar, and we started practicing the Sherry. So then the 4 of us got the band going.
I didn't have a bass guitar yet when we did those talent shows.
No,
The one at the Labor Day celebration and the one at
Yeah.
York.
Yeah.
So, Osseo in York?
Yeah.
City Hall? Where?
No, it was in the parking lot by the golf course. They had the fair there and everything, and they had a talent show. And I don't know who won it. We didn't win, but then they asked us to play a few songs so the kids could dance.
I don't know if was it a talent. Maybe it was a talent show. I don't remember.
And then the same thing at York. We were out on the ball field on a wagon out there, but we didn't have anything for equipment.
Using other people's borrowed equipment.
I had a regular guitar and I played bass on the 4 bottom strings of a regular guitar. We had 1 amp. We had Randy's stereo for listening to music and that. And
He was playing his guitar through that, and we were singing through Dale's amp, Dale Gilbert's.
Oh yeah,
It was crazy.
And your name was?
sandwiches, chili, and soup. It was on an ashtray of our dad's that was sitting on the kitchen table when they called and asked if we wanted to be in the talent show. And he said, "What's the name of the band?" And we don't have a name yet. So, and we just looked at that, and it said Gabriel's Bar, Northfield, Wisconsin, sandwiches, chili, and soup.
Gosh.
So then, anyway, when Randy got back, and we got together with Sherry somehow, started practicing.
Yeah.
And did she play? Did she sing with you at your first gig?
The
at
very first gig
Sage? And
at
where
the
was-
Chief Inn, which was August 50 years ago, late August. I'm not sure of the date.
Yeah.
And when we booked it, the owner said, "Well, I got to put it in paper. What's the name of your band?" Randy said, "Well, we don't have a name yet." And he said, "Well, I got to put down something." And Randy said, "Well, just put Sage down and it's hung in there. It's stuck.
He wanted us to use the name the Bobolinks.
Yeah.
He said, I've had a name for a band. He said, you guys can have it, the Bobolinks.
And I'm glad we went with Sage.
Just put down Sage.